What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder. I'm Warren Thompson, and the other day, Rolling Stone released a massive article about Jonathan Majors. It was an investigative report into people who knew and had worked with Jonathan Majors in the past, and Rolling Stone talked with over 40 different people. There were many different claims in this, although everybody who stated anything about Jonathan Majors chose to remain anonymous. And at the same time, the people who were being reported on, Jonathan Majors' ex-girlfriends, also refused to comment and not want to take part in any of the investigation that Rolling Stone was doing. However, the report did have many claims, including one claim that Jonathan Majors on the set of Devotion and Magazine Dreams said that Jonathan Majors would act violently on the set of Devotion and so-called abuse people on the set of Magazine Dreams. Well, Jonathan Majors' lawyer has published why people are reporting this, stating that it's completely false that he was actually behaving violently personally towards them, and also, of course, denies that he ever touched or harmed anybody on any set. And this was briefly mentioned in that Rolling Stone article. However, I think a lot of people don't truly know what it means. But in response to the Rolling Stone article, Jonathan Majors' attorney, Dustin Push, issued a statement to IndieWire.com in response to these additional accusations, stating, Jonathan Majors vehemently denies Rolling Stone's false allegations that he physically, verbally, or emotionally abused anyone, let alone any of his past romantic partners. The allegations that Mr. Majors got physical with or physically intimidated anyone on any movie set are downright false. Anyone who has worked with Mr. Majors knows that he employs an immersive method acting style. And while that can be misconstrued as rudeness at times, those who know Mr. Majors and work in the industry have attested to his dedication to his craft as well as his kindness. Now, for those unaware, this is something that needs to be explained and understood. And this is in regards to what method acting is. And it's really important for this case, for these accusations against him. Method acting is when an actor basically becomes the character that they are playing, meaning in their minds, they aren't playing a character. They're not playing a role. They're not shooting a movie. They are the character themselves, and they never break out of character. So anytime they're on set, in between scenes, on a break, speaking to the crew, speaking to really anybody, the director, their assistant, they are still that character. They are not Jonathan Majors, but they are the character that Jonathan Majors has become. But those are my own words. Let's look into how the Nashville Film Institute defines method acting. On their official website, they state, we have all seen actors completely immerse themselves in their characters to the point where they transport us to another time and place. And for some of us, that's why we go to the movies. What is method acting? Method acting is a technique that performers employ to empathize with the characters they are portraying emotionally. In this technique, the actor becomes the character and frequently remains in the role for long periods. The actors are urged to feel the true sentiments they require in each scenario rather than compartmentalize and fake them. This can cause psychological and behavioral changes for as long as they are in the position. The website also does state the actor must be ready to go through emotional trauma if they opt for method acting. So there you have it. These actors become the characters, kind of shedding their actor skin, and instead, in their minds, they are that character. And many famous, high-praised, critically acclaimed actors do this or have used method acting in the past. Some famous ones are Daniel Day-Lewis, Robert De Niro, Heath Ledger, Dustin Hoffman, Al Pacino, Jim Carrey, some of the great ones, but also at the same time, some of the actors that have used method acting have suffered that emotional trauma that the National Film Institute spoke about, like Heath Ledger or Shia LaBeouf. And I'm sure even the ones I mentioned before have suffered emotional trauma as well, as it is a very hard thing to do, method acting. But the main point of explaining this is because this is what Jonathan Majors' team is stating was the reason for the behavior on set. Basically stating that anytime Majors was on set, he was completely immersive with method acting. So anytime anyone talked to him, he was the character. He wasn't Jonathan Majors, but he was the character that he was playing. So in any given situation or conversation, he was acting as the character would. He responded like he thought the character would. And for the Sundance film, Magazine Dreams, the producers allegedly warned production members to stay away from Jonathan Majors due to his method acting technique. So they knew what was going on. They knew how Jonathan Majors was, they knew how he was becoming the character, and they knew how the character was. So in this statement released to IndieWire, Jonathan Majors' lawyer and his whole team and him essentially are stating these claims about him behaving violently or emotionally abusive on these sets were him being a method actor, and in some cases, like Magazine Dreams, the entire production, the cast and the crew were warned about how he was behaving because he was method acting. Now, obviously, this does not give him the right to simply go out and start abusing people or punching people in the face, which is not what anybody is claiming he did. But the point is, it doesn't give him the right to simply abuse people. But this is a very well-known technique. So when working with a method actor, you have to realize this is what is going on. They are responding to me the way a character that they're playing would. And this is sort of a response to the people who said they worked with him at Yale as well, because Jonathan Majors has been an immersive actor for some time now, including when he was studying it and learning about it. And yeah, people have said some bad things about method actors before, stating that they are just so hard to work with. In fact, Will Smith had a lot of things to say about Jared Leto working with him in the Suicide Squad. He said that he never even really met Jared Leto until way after the movie was done. And Jared Leto admitted that he went full Joker. He sent the cast members gifts, which weren't actually gifts, but he would send them dead rats. He would send them bullets. And he did this because he never broke character. He never went out of his character, even in his own personal life at his home.
I got that. Jared sent.
Wait a minute, we can't just skip over that.
Yeah.
You gotta use condom. What do you say? What do you think?
You say Jared has gone full Joker. Jared, he went full Joker. And the rule generally is never go full Joker. Never go full Joker. But he went all.
Once you go full Joker, you never go back.
Never go back.
So as crazy as it sounds, actors do this, and a lot of great performances have come out of actors doing method acting. And this is a big refute from Majors' team, because they are simply stating he wasn't mean, he was in character. He wasn't abusive, he was simply behaving as the character would. And in some cases, the production did warn the crew that that's how he is, that's what he's doing. Now again, I'm sure people can take it too far, but that is probably one of the biggest reasons people have said that he's actually very hard to work with. And as his lawyer stated, everyone who has worked with Mr. Majors knows that he employs an immersive method acting style. And while that can be misconstrued as rudeness at times, those who know Mr. Majors and work in the industry have attested to his dedication to his craft, as well as his kindness. And it is interesting that nobody who's really worked with him recently has come out and really said anything about him. Anthony Mackie was the only person to come out and say something who hasn't really worked with him before, and he just came out and stated that he was innocent until proven guilty. So in response to the allegations that Jonathan Majors was intimidating and behaved violently and was rude on sets, and perhaps back in college when he was studying film, this is the response to that. He wasn't behaving rudely, according to his team. He was simply immersing himself as the character with method acting. So go ahead and let us know your thoughts about this in the comments down below. We will announce a new giveaway winner tomorrow on July 3rd, but we are entering another giveaway for the month of July. So if you want to enter for a chance to win an Xbox Series X, a PS5, some Marvel Legends items, or some DC items, all you got to do is subscribe and leave a comment down below. You can also check out our Patreon account, our Discord server, and our website. And of course, you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter as well. We'll link those down below. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.